It's a pleasure to meet you, Dale. Thank you so much for all your wonderful documentation.
Well, I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it means a lot that you said that. So why don't you tell us who you are?
I am Cheryl Harry.
Uh-huh.
I am now the program manager for Triad Cultural Arts, but originally I was a founded the organization back in 2007. We started out just as a committee, grassroots committee to celebrate Juneteenth, and after that we realized the need to actually have a dedicated organization to preserving African American history and culture on the local level. So,
and today's an example of some of the efforts that you've created.
Yes. And Humphrey Street was threatened to be demolished, and that's the one behind you. I was sitting in my office in Old Salem that time, and I received a call from Mo and Martha Hartley, and this reignited the Shotgun House. 2015, Triad Cultural Arts continued to work to ensure the preservation and reuse of 2 historic shotgun houses in our city. In 2018, January 23rd, the city committed to a total of $70,000 to establish a location for the shotgun houses at Happy Hill.
Almighty God said He will. She will too. I am honored to be here today for 2 reasons. The libation is scripture. We have to honor those who came before us. It's an even worse condition because you cannot destroy the human spirit. So for those who travel from the east, just as the sun rises from the east,
just add my congratulations and most of all my thanks to the Triad Cultural Arts organization, Cheryl and Bria, for bringing this.
This is the season for the shotgun houses. What's more important, I want Cheryl Harry to stand up. This is Cheryl's vision. I have not known a person who would stick with a vision from years and years and years. 1990, when I first met Cheryl, I knew this vision of shotguns. It has been refined for what we see today.
To work hard for. Nothing has ever been just handed to us or given to us. Even though we deserved it, it was owed to us. And we are worth it. We've always had to go through something just for people to acknowledge us. Happy Hill is just as important as Old Salem. So, I told her I was going to keep this short. You already know where I'm coming from. I don't have to say another word. Happy Hill matters. Let's preserve it. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. I would like to acknowledge Brenda Taylor, who brought it up to me, to my awareness, that we are the little sister of Old Salem. And we need to remember that. That's very important. We matter.
Very honored to be here. I sometimes wonder how I have this amazing opportunity because I don't feel worthy to stand here representing and talking about the history that the trials and tribulations that folks before us face every day. I don't know, I'm in awe that I'm standing here today. And what I will tell you is I promise the school district will help preserve Happy Hill. We will help preserve the memories of all those that lived in the shotgun houses, that we will be part of preserving that. And how will we do that? All of our 3rd graders learn about local history. It's very important. Well, this is a huge part of our local history. And so we will embed the curriculum that you all have produced that goes with this. And we will make sure our 3rd graders, because that is the year they learn, and the only way to ensure something happens is to create the structure for it to happen for generations, to make sure that our 3rd graders have a chance to visit the Shotgun House Museum and any other monuments that we create along this journey. Our students will be here. I think our students, they're living in a different generation a different world, but they have to remember, we have to make sure they know who came before them, what they went through, how they overcame and came together. Our students need to learn those lessons, and we need to make sure they remember their history, which is all of our history. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I just want to ask Shay Woodbury, please stand. Shay is a past board chair, and she was the first African American chair of the school board, and actually is the one who got our foot in the door with the school board. Thank you, Shay. All right, we're going to switch over here. I want to introduce William Cochran, who's with WC Construction, who will tell you a little bit about the work here, and then Glenn Falk, who is the architect for this project. And Wilson is here. Wilson.
We had asked certain established companies here in Winston-Salem if they were interested in doing this project. And you know what they said? No. I came to Wilson Lester. I hadn't even officially started as ED. I said, Wilson, I got a project. Can you help me? He said, I got you. And I got a black person who can build it for you. So for all of you here who are concerned about how do we build things for black people in Winston-Salem, Ashton Elementary, here is your solution, okay? So I just want you all to see that we need black people in certain spaces. Because if it were not for Wilson having the connection to William, this would have never happened. I just want to emphasize that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for the opportunity to be able to stand before you on this day as we celebrate the grand opening of the Shotgun House. As she introduced me, I'm the president of WC Construction Company. The guy did the renovation here, and I'd like to acknowledge my project team that's over here in the corner. If you wouldn't mind standing up, raise your hands up.
The reason I became an architect is because I want to do stuff that makes a difference, and so I was immediately intrigued by what she was telling me, and and I think most people would look at this house and think of, this is a modest house, what's reconstructing it. I just wanted to highlight that we were able to salvage and save a lot of the original structure. Unfortunately, it was riddled with lead paint and asbestos, so once we got that off, we pulled off all the siding, and remarkably, the structure of the house was in incredible condition. So the original wood studs that held up that roof, the original roof rafters, they're still in that house. We sistered a few of them with some new lumber, but predominantly you're seeing the original house. We also were able to save a lot of the original beadboard, which you'll see when you go inside. A lot of the siding is original. A lot of the brick for the chimneys they're rebuilt with the original brick. And then in order to convert it to a museum use, we have all new structural foundation as well as
be able to reveal some of the first looks of our 12 to 15,000 square foot multi-use center, which will be right here on this ground that you are currently sitting on. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic over to Glenn. And
of the Shotgun House used to exist and then the house behind us will act as kind of a living house museum. And then in the trees behind us here, we're going to have what we're calling a multi-use center. It'll be a cultural center for African American history and culture of our community, and it'll be submerged, part of that idea of descending before you.
With people like School of the Arts, Winston-Salem State, Wake Forest School of Divinity, right? And asking ourselves, what does it look like to have official and strategic partnerships that utilize this space and activate it and make it available for all? So thank you so much, Glenn, for your vision. And I will admit, we are going to need process pieces that we would love for you to take a look at. And we also are selling commemorative bricks. They are literally 100-year-old bricks from this house that you are more than welcome to buy in support of our efforts. So the last thing I'm going to do is call out my team at Tricultural Arts.
Okay.
Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.